What's up, guys? Day number 9. Are we on day number 9? Yeah, day number 9 here. And, yeah, it's taken a while, but we're at 500. Still got a long way to go. We want to get to 2,500 after all. Let's get it going. Let's get a 10-minute game. Some 10-minute rapid chess. Alright, we're playing high-low. Classic birds opening. Alright. High-low is dawdling. High-low's taking his sweet time. Get our knight out to f3. And High-low employs the kingside fianchetto. He's going for bishop g7. Here, this is a bit tricky. You could of course play e3 here, but a move that I like and a move I recommend is c4. It really depends on the exact scenario. You're just going to need to play it by ear. It's weird. If they play d5 and g6, you have to play e3, but if they don't play d5 yet, then you can get them with c4. But yeah, you have to just be very careful, be very aware of what you're doing. Play responsibly is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's play e4. Trying to get the 4 pawns here. All right, amazingly enough, we've reached serious King's Indian theory. I'm going to be shocked if he plays c5, which is the theoretical move here. I will be shocked and appalled, frankly. Flabbergasted. All right, bishop g4. Here we're just going to start advancing. Boot the knight out. This guy is still playing extremely well for a 500. He takes. We'll take with the queen. Hitting the knight. Also attacking b7. I would assume white is probably winning here. But, you know, you never know. Okay, so this knight is definitely going to be hanging after g4, but I'm wondering, can he take on d4? He's going to win a few pawns, but... Yeah, I'm really wondering, should we defend it or not? We're losing several pawns here, and white has a huge advantage if we just play bishop e3, because g4 is going to come anyway. I'm going to castle queenside, and in this fashion, I maintain my huge center. Okay, so knight takes d4 still threatens to ruin my center. I'll castle queenside. Pawn g4 is fast approaching. Honestly, I don't know what's up with this guy. I think he's cheating. I'm gonna wave the flag. He's playing way too logically for a 500. I'm legitimately impressed. If he's not playing, if this guy is not cheating, I'm very impressed. Yeah, that is a fantastic move. No. Oh! Alright, I'm not going to resign because I'm playing a 500. No, I wouldn't resign anyway, but I'm definitely not going to resign. Not that I have anything against 500s. I do... Man, part of me thinks he's cheating, though, because he's playing very logical moves. Alright, we got one piece back. I can't believe I dropped my queen that way. Can't believe I dropped my queen. Okay, good. He's dropping pieces now. Isn't that insane though? That literally, like, I'll be playing a 500. They'll be making tons of logical moves. I'll be convinced I'm playing like a 2,000 level player, and then all of a sudden they just start dropping pieces. He played some extremely good moves though. Give this guy a raise wherever he is. I'm gonna start snacking on the pawns. I'm waiting for this knight to move out of the way. I want to hit him with bishop c5 check. Bishop c5 is going to be a doozy. Bishop h4 or bishop d4. I like bishop h4. Technically, I'm still down material, but yeah, the material is fast returning. I got some really... Okay, yeah, the material is really fast approaching. This game was a roller coaster of emotion. It was a ballet of emotion and feeling. Okay, bishop f6 looks good. Just I'm weaving a web around his king. My pieces cover almost every single square at this point. If I can figure out a way to just get my rook over to h8, that would be checkmate. I'm really shocked at how well he played though those opening moves. There was like a 2 or 3 move segment that I was convinced I was gonna lose. Now he's just dropping pieces. That is wild. His openings are so much better than the rest of his game. We're taking all the pawns here. Alright, I mean... Yeah, I was thinking of ways to checkmate, but it would be simpler... Yeah, I'll go for the check here. Alright, we'll do this. I'm going to play h4 and then go for mate on f6 with the rook. Really not much to discuss here. Okay. h4, rook f6 is mate. It's time to go. There's this cat in my neighborhood that hollers at me for food all the time. I think it's meowing now. Yeah, there it goes. It doesn't understand that I'm moving, so I don't have any food. I literally have no food in this place. I just have some gumdrops. I just have some gumdrops I bought at the supermarket. Yeah, no, thinking about that now, that is really silly, isn't it? To go to the supermarket and just buy... I just got sparkling water and gumdrops, if you can imagine. I had originally gone for coconut cookies, but they were out of coconut cookies, so I settled on the gumdrops. Alright, bishop c4, e4. I've been seeing this anti-Sicilian all the time. This bishop c4 stuff is not good. Those of you who are playing it, you should stop playing it because it's bad. And maybe he's trying for a 4-move checkmate. He's trying for something. I don't know what knight h3 is about. That is not a good score for the knight. That first game was wild. That first game, he nearly got us. All right, takes. And this is perfect. Bishop moves back to b3. We'll just develop naturally. At some point, I should probably chop on h3. I like throwing in bishop g4 first. The idea of bishop g4 is I want to provoke him to play f3, and then I'm going to chop with even greater effect. The idea is that after takes, his queen is just a bit weakened by the fact that there's a pawn in the way. And apart from that, e3 is a very weak square then. All right, f3. I'll take. Takes. Play knight c6. c4. Yeah, c4, he's really trying to open up this bishop, and we are not going to let him. We're going to keep everything closed. The bishop could come out to a4, but that's going to take him a move longer, and that diagonal is not going to be as useful for him. He really loves placing his knights on these a3 and h3 squares. I'll play queen d7. I'm eyeing h3. I'm also trying to get out of the way and castle. Yeah, it's really funny though. Sometimes that cat hears me recording these videos and it just starts meowing at the top of its lungs. It wants food. It wants food that I don't have. We're castling. I could have also scooped up h3, but I would rather be able to move the rook in with the check. I think it's a bit stronger and a bit more threatening. All right, he is threatening to evacuate. He wants to castle queenside. Time for the check. His king is on the run. He will probably be able to make it out alive to d1, but the flip side to that is that his rook will no longer be in the game. King d1 is a far worse version of castling queenside here. And don't even get me started. If he plays king f2, he should pack his bags. I'm going to take on h3 and play for some type of checkmate there. It's really going to be time to go. All right, we take on h3. I'm taking on f3 next. Just taking a lot of things with check. He should probably keep moving his king. He'll move his king, I'll bring my bishop out, and simple development should suffice here. This really should be enough. Okay. Look at that. I could take with the queen, which would be good. I think taking with the rook is even better, though. This is even more potent. I have lots of threats here. Lots of threats. Knight b4 is a very big threat. Knight b4, if he moves the bishop, then I take his queen. He goes there. I'll scoop up some more apples. Knight e4. This is looking tough, man. It's looking like it's time for him to resign soon. I'm gonna take here with checkmate. It ain't looking pretty, folks. Alright. I guess he's gonna get a check, which is nice. Oh, I didn't even realize I dropped my queen. Look at that, I dropped my queen, but it doesn't matter, it's checkmate. That's pretty funny. My move. My move was like the blind kung fu master. I had what was it? I had preempted the threats unknowingly. I had dodged the bullets without even seeing them. Alright, e3, bishop is coming to b5, the classic bird. We got a classic bird on our hands. Do we check now? No, we keep developing. We're waiting them out. We're waiting for them to put the knight on c6. Eventually he's gonna do it. Sooner or later, some knight is gonna come out to say, okay, there we go. We got him. It's time to go. Bishop d7, we'll play bishop b2. Yeah, now around the 500 range, we're starting to see people play very logical opening systems. It seems like everyone at the 500 level knows a bit about the center, knows some principles of chess. Knight a5 is an interesting move. Interesting does not mean good, though. Knight a5 is a wild move. I could do a bunch of things. I could take here. I like the idea of playing... Can we play a4? I'll play queen e2, actually. I'm just going to keep the tension here for the moment. If he takes, I take back with a check, and my queen is going to be very uncomfortable to his position. So yeah, this is looking up. Things are looking good. It's time to go. We're waiting. We're waiting him out. Alright, I don't know what's going on. He's taking a long time thinking about this. Yeah, bishop takes, queen takes is going to be extremely uncomfortable. Notice that if he plays queen d7, I can take the knight. So yeah, if he captures on b5 there, the queen check is going to be very uncomfortable. I'm realizing now, yeah, knight a5 was not a good move. I can increase the pressure with knight e5 next. a6 is interesting. Okay, here we'll take. He takes with the queen, we'll play knight e5. So he's dodged one check. Unfortunately, though, he has tons of other problems. So my idea is after queen c7, we're going to play d3 and then slowly reroute the knight over to f3 and then finally all the way from b1 to g5. And it's going to provide tremendous pressure. Queen e6 was not what I was expecting. I'm not particularly disgruntled by that move, though. I'm not bothered by it, is another way to put it. I don't know. Rotating the knight around to f3 and g5 would make a lot of sense. It could also make sense to castle and maybe play for f5. I'll go for d3. d3 is the more classic approach. castling queenside. Rotating the knight around. Just continuing on the path. Striving for greatness. You take on e5, we'll take with the pawn. This is a very classic idea. Most of the time when they take on e5, we want to take with the pawn to dig their knight out of f6 and also to jointly open the file. Opening up on f7, attacking them. I really do love the bird. That's a great system. Fun positions. Fun positions, fresh ideas. Peculiar imbalances. What more could one ask for? All right, let's take back. Take with the f-pawn. Knight h5. This guy loves moving his knights out to a5 and h5. We're seeing this with a lot. We're seeing this in a lot of games. People just like, they get this one set of squares that they like for their knights. Normally we've been seeing h6 and a6, but this time it's a5 and h5. This knight should be hanging in some positions. If I play knight g5 immediately, I hit the queen and the knight, but then they can play queen g6 and they defend things for the moment. Instead, we're going to castle here. Knight g5 is coming soon enough. Okay, knight g5, attack the queen. Attack the queen. It looks like the knight is safe, but f7 is dropping. f7 is going to be lost. What? I can take the queen. Wow. Oh, this is insane. Look at this. I'm gonna trap the knight. The knight is gonna go to g7, and then I'm gonna threaten to trap the bishop. This is just looking like a complete log jam here. That's crazy. Knight g7, then I play h4 because then the bishop is locked out. And g5 is a big threat. All right. Things are on the up and up. That first game was a nail biter. That first game I nearly lost. I botched my queen. All right, he is disconnected. It's time for him to go. It was time for him to go. He had to go somewhere. All right. Yeah, so he was upset. Yeah, at higher levels, no one does this. At lower levels, I guess a lot of people do this. I haven't seen this in quite a while. But yeah, some people just leave the game without... Nice. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, we're playing Colton 33. This guy looks like James Dean. Who is that? Colton 33. Is that his real photo? That photo exudes 1950s Texas oil man. Okay, 92. What is this? If you play 92 against the Sicilian, you have to play d4 to make it make any sense. Otherwise, the knight is just misplaced on e2. We're going to play knight f6 and a quick d5. Bishop d2. Bishop d2, interesting. I don't fully understand it. He is developing his pieces to really weak squares. Alright, we'll just play e5, I guess. g3. And just like I said before, I really like going for the h5, h4 idea. Yeah, he's going to be completely... It looks like he's going to be completely entombed here. We're aiming to play h3. h3 is an idea. If they castle, maybe even better as takes, and then... Yeah, I think better as takes than bishop h3. Going for an attack. Alright, he takes there. This pawn is a road apple. It will drop sooner or later. So the question is, how do I get into his position now? c4 is a very interesting idea. c4 might work. Yeah, let's play c4. I really like that. The idea is I'm clearing this lane for the bishop. The bishop is going to be unbelievably powerful. Sorry, I just can't speak English anymore. Bishop is going to be unbelievably powerful on c5 here. All right, could I take immediately? I could take and play knight b4. That would also be scary, but I like bishop c5 more. Just keep his king in the center. Keep his king marooned in the center. Now there are enormous ideas of knight h5 and queen h4, which would be checkmate. Yeah, he has massive problems on his hands. Yeah, positionally, there's some big issues here. Positionally, there's some big issues. Tactically, there are also some issues. Dynamically, there are not that many issues. His structure's a little weaker, but it's nothing. It's nothing to write home about. Okay, so he's playing b3. At this point, it's probably best to take and then play knight b4. Knight b4 is going to be a very good option. Attack the d pawn, shoot into d3, and yeah, he's already really starving for squares. Okay, he does that. There should be a checkmate though here. There has to be a checkmate. Let's start with the check. Start with the check first, and then from there we're gonna go from there. Where is the move here? I like knight g4. Knight g4 looks really wild. Knight g4 looks insane. I think knight g4 works. Knight g4 works, knight e4 works. I need to just get my queen over to h4 with speed. You know, thinking about it though, this is a speed run. This is meant to keep people this is meant for its instructional value, so I'll play the more natural move. Let's just take the pawn first. Let's avoid the fireworks. We're staying at home this Friday night. What is it? We're not risking it for the biscuit. Okay, here. So if I take, I lose my knight. I don't want to lose my knight. Let's take here first. Yeah, this looks good. Maybe he could take on e4 with the knight. And so now we take, and the difference is that the queen is defending the knight here. Before there was a pawn on d5. And that wouldn't be possible. Okay, here, like this position just looks like a dream come true, frankly. How do I checkmate? I just need to figure out a way to get a check on the board. If I can get a check on the board, there's going to be trouble. All right, I like this idea. I'm going to play bishop h3. This is a really spicy idea. Bishop h3, they take, and then I play knight takes e4. I'm hitting the queen, hitting the bishop. His queen cannot keep defending the f6 square, and I'm going to hit him with a queen f6 check. My knights are really glorious here. Look at those knights. He takes on g7, I take on d2 with check. He plays king g2, I play queen d5 check. King g3 and queen f3 would be mate. That would be a nice one. And he has no checks. Queen e5 is covered by my knight. So yeah, this is looking fantastic. It's really time to go. Ooh, this is cool. Look at this. This is beautiful. I could take the queen, of course, but better is to checkmate with style. We're playing queen f6, they take, and then that's mate. That's the end of the game. It's time to go. It's really time to go. We got to get going. Get your stuff, everyone. We're heading on out. All right, I mean, really, there's nothing else for him to do. He could technically play bishop f4. I would be impressed if he plays bishop f4. I know he wants to take the queen. Yeah. How could anyone resist taking the queen? All right, we got the checkmate. We will end here. 535. We're taking the speed run very slow. Hopefully, we can keep making progress. I nearly lost a game, though, game one. That was wild. And, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for day number... What was the day? Day number 9? So I'll see you all tomorrow for day number 10. Take care.